Hello everyone, JGGPilot. Today we're going to be flying the Fenix Airbus 321 on a short tutorial on how to properly set up for an ILS approach. We're going to be using Tango Juliet Sierra Juliet San Juan, Puerto Rico. For the tutorial airport today, we're going to be using ILS runway 10 into San Juan, Puerto Rico, provided by Navigraph charts. We are going to be taking off up to 3,000. I'll be vectoring myself around, and we're going to pretty much fly an extended downwind, come back, join the localizer, glide slope, shoot the approach, go into the mist, and come back and try again. Hopefully this helps you better understand your Fenix Airbus 321 and helps you also enjoying the aircraft even more so on Microsoft Flight Simulator. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead, commence our takeoff roll. There's 80 knots. V1, rotate. Positive rate, gear up. 200 feet, autopilot 1 on. And I'm gonna go ahead and fly heading 350. There's the rain. Deceleration altitude. Climb. Flaps 1. Flaps up, and after takeoff checklist is complete, gonna be flying now about 270. Let's do a 280. All right, while the airplane's getting there, about 400 feet, 300 feet to go, we're gonna go ahead and set up for the ILS runway 10. So we're going to come here to the MCDU, your flight plan page. You're going to select the airport on the bottom left, arrival, ILS 10, no star, we're not shooting an arrival. And if you want to use any of the VS, you will come to the VS and select them from there, but we won't be using them today. We have VCOF and COTME for DME arcs. So ILS 10, no star, no transition. I'm going to insert that. Though, if you were to look right now at your navigation display, we kind of want to extend a line so we have a better reference of what we're doing. So we're going to come down here and we're going to do that. We're going to hit direct. Tenor radial end should be matching the outbound radial on that localizer, so make it big. It's gonna look yellow. Gonna insert that. Now once you insert that, you have to eliminate this dot from your MCP, because all this is trying to do is to create an intercept angle to start navigating that way. So once you have this loaded, I want to go ahead and fill up this page. We know we have 2991. This is your performance, okay? Approach page, 2991. Temperature, it's going to use 30 degrees, and the winds 100 at 10. If you look at your approach minimums, for a Cat C or D, we're gonna go with Cat D. We need half a mile, 3/4 if we've had no rails or ALS is out. 260 is our Barrow minimums. Barrow. We're using a Cat 1 approach today, not a Cat 2 or Cat 3. This one in here is just a Cat 1 approach. You see, it doesn't have Cat 2, Cat 3 weather minimums. All right, so we're gonna be doing a config full and auto brake slow. So with the MCDU, we're completely set. So we're gonna go ahead and now select the LS buttons, and I'm gonna keep my range for now right there. Auto brake slow, and pretty much with that, we are ready to come back and shoot the approach. I'm gonna go ahead and keep the airplane on this heading for a little while, and keep the speed as well managed. Green dot, why not? That's fine. Actually, you know what? I can probably go to 210. It's a pretty good speed. And since we're below the slats extension speed here, we're gonna go ahead and select flaps 1. So we're gonna be turning inbound. We're gonna join the Localizer runway 10 before Tenor. From Tenor, we're gonna keep flying the Localizer to Ramsey. Should give us glide slope interception altitude of 1500 reference altitude, and fly all the way down to 260, which is minimums. We can come and land, or we can do a go around. This one, we're gonna do a go around. We're gonna fly the go around maneuver properly, so we can actually practice that as well. And then we're gonna come back and do this all over again. I'm gonna be turning ourselves inbound here, and I'm gonna use about, let's see what it looks like on a 120 heading. If you're looking at the Navigraph display on your upper left screen, you can also keep track of what the airplane is, or the geographical position of the aircraft at this time. So once again, you go to flight plan, you select your approach, you sequence your approach, you go to perf approach page. If it's not activated, activate approach, fill up your data here. LS buttons, auto brake selection. And I think a 120 was a little aggressive. We can do 195 maybe. At this point, let's just assume that you have been cleared for the ILS runway 10. You're gonna go ahead and select approach, and you see it's only showing Cat 3 single on your PFD. You select the second autopilot, it's gonna give you Cat 3 dual capabilities. Though even though we're doing a Cat 1 approach today, if you were doing a Cat 3 auto land, you really want to see that. You see now on the heading selector, you have a dot, meaning that it has armed the Localizer and glide slope for you. Localizer has been captured. We can tell by the annunciation here on a white square box around it, and we're pretty much set. We're gonna be flying now the ILS runway 10. You can tell the weather is gnarly right now. Alright, we're approaching Tenor, 1.3 miles from Tenor. Tenor is at or above 2,200. You can tell by the glide slope diamond here that we were intercepting from under the glide slope, which is ideal. Once it captures the glide slope, you want to set up the miss approach altitude. In our specific approach, it is 3,000. So we pretty much don't have to do anything here, but if you have to change it once glide slope is captured, you can go ahead and set your miss approach altitude. There it is, glide slope captured, miss approach altitude set, 3,000 feet. And I'm gonna start slowing down. I want to do 170. It's a good idea to be fully configured by your final approach fix. In our case, RMC it is. If you're not, it might lead to an unstable approach, and you don't want to do that. Here we go. We're more than 10 knots below the second speed. We can go to flaps 2. You got flaps 2. About 3 miles from RMC. This is a good time to go to manage speed. You know, we're managed because 3 dashes are present. We have a little dot. It will keep slowing down. Can I go gear down? Flaps 3, you want to arm your spoilers. Can go flaps full. And before landing checklist, you know it's complete when you can see landing no below. And now we're about a mile from RMC. Looking very good. And we will go on a miss approach out of this one. I'm gonna do a normal go around, and I'll do it here on the autopilot so you can practice once again your go around maneuver on the Airbus 320 family. There was 1,000, stable. Coming up on 500, we're stable on target, sinking about 600 feet a minute.
Above.
You can start seeing the rabbit lights into the runway. Minimums, no contact, go around, toga, flaps 3, toga set, positive rate, gear up, set miss approach altitude, 3,000 is a set. We're gonna wait for acceleration altitude here, 1,000 feet AGL. Probably 1,500 per my setup in the AFB. Lever climb, back to climb thrust. You can go climb sit. Let me get my, there you go, speed trend pointing the right direction. Flaps 1. Flaps up. All right, so You'll be guessing, why are we not following the go around? Well, because I had that deselected on the EFB. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna pull the heading. We're gonna come back on a heading of about 290. You're gonna resequence your MCDU by coming to your flight plan page, touching one of your fixes on the left side, your destination. We're gonna go ahead and say we're gonna come back to 7-1. We're gonna insert that. We're gonna reselect an approach. I want to do the same approach, no star, no VS. Insert that and redo the same extension. So we are resequenced once again on the downwind ILS 10. I've been Ramsey at 3000. And this one, I'm gonna go ahead and go to 2000 feet, open descent, and come in from a little lower this time around. Same thing, we have that done. You're gonna go back once you have your flight plan page set up, your perf page. You're gonna reactivate approach phase, confirm, 2981, 30 degrees, same wind, 260 on the barrow. And select your LS buttons on your MCP, and once you are inbound and clear for the approach, reselect approach and autopilot 2. All right, we're gonna start turning inbound here. Gonna start slowing down to 210 or so. Can do it 220, why not? I'm gonna take this off so you can see better what's going on. Another little example, let's say that they told you, hey, aircraft 123, you're clear direct Ramsey, clear for the ALS, runway 10. Go direct, Ramsey. We're going direct Ramsey, clear for the ILS 10. One thing to keep looking for, localizer capture. If they gave you something like that and for some reason you were gonna stay, or you're close to staying above the glide slope, you might want to set that next altitude here and descend to the altitude so you don't stay high on your glide slope. We're currently 8 miles from Ramsey, clear for the ILS 10. And we will go now on a go around, in this case, to fly the published mist. Here we go, flaps 1. Gonna go to manage speed. Let's go flaps 2. Lasso capture, set me to approach altitude, 3000. Let's go gear down, flaps 3. Flaps full. And before landing checklist will be completed, landing node below on the ICAS. ECAM. ECAM. And here we go, guys. On this missed approach, we're gonna be flying the published missed, which is straight ahead to 1.5 DME. The left turn heading 300 to intercept 004 course from San Juan VOR to Dita intersection and hold. We're stable. We're stable on target, sinking 800. Go around, no contact, go around. Toga, flaps 3. Toga set, positive rate, gear up, set means approach altitude, 3,000 feet set. Same thing, we're gonna wait for the lever climb indication. Lever climb, climb set. Flaps 1. Flaps up. And I do want to speed up a little bit more than this. So I'm gonna have my select to speed. And after takeoff checklist. So right now we're on our way to DD intersection to enter a hold. Once I'm a little bit closer, I'm gonna slow it down again to probably green dot, close to green dot, conserve fuel, and to comply with maximum holding speeds. we go, guys. We're about 7 miles from DD. Once I'm a little bit closer, I'm going to be slowing it down to a proper holding speed. Let's try going to manage speed, and it will probably try to go to green dot for us, which is outstanding. Here we go. Less than a mile from DD, about to enter our holding. Outstanding. How amazing of a job this airline jets can do. Here we go, we're turning inbound. And we are established inbound, and officially we are holding on the DD intersection at 3,000 feet at about 199 to 201 indicated speed. And what do we have to do? We gotta reselect an approach to come back and try again into San Juan. So let's go ahead and do that. So, since we're holding here, we could probably go ahead into our MCDU to flight plan page. And I see that we have ILS 10 in there. So that's what we want to do. And let's say that they cleared us to join COTME. ILS 10, no start, but I need the VIA to do the 12 DME arc into San Juan. So now I have that in here. And it's displaying here 12 DMEs in one. I'm gonna insert that, and let's say, hey, aircraft 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Aircraft 1, 2, 3. Gonna activate approach phase once again. That is still in there. I said aircraft 1, 2, 3. You are cleared direct to COTME. San Juan weather has improved, and you're clear for the ILS runway 10 approach. So this is direct COTME. We're gonna go ahead and say absolutely, that is outstanding. How about we just go ahead and do that? So we're outside of the holding now. I don't want to fly this the whole way in so slow, so I'm just gonna go ahead and speed it up for us. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to touch the heading. And you can descend and maintain 2,200. There's 2,200. At Tanner, you are clear for ILS approach 10. Once again, LS buttons are selected. Approach mode, Cat 3 dual, loc and glide slope are armed.
2,500.
Looking good. Looking good. Here we go. We're flying directly to COTME to do the 12 DME arc into San Juan. That's gonna fly fairly close to Tanner, and should be joining the localizer right there. Once again, we'll be doing a config full, auto brake slow, coming to a full stop into San Juan. Want to make sure that we don't fly that holding or procedure turn that is displayed in there. COTME, intercept, Tanner. I think we're gonna be just fine. All right, go to manage speed. Slowing it down, glide stops alive, and approaching Ramsey. Glide stop captures, base approach altitude 3,000. Here we go, flaps 1. We got a runway inside. We're continuing. Let's go flaps 2. Gear down. Flaps 3. Flaps full before landing checklist. And you can tell landing checklist is good because you have landing no blue on your ecam. That's a stable approach. There's 500 that's stabled. On target, sinking 600. Autopilot off.
Above. Minimum. $100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. Retard. Retard.
Auto brakes are off. Manual brakes. There's 80. There's 60. And my friends, is a pretty good practice on how to properly do ILSs, go arounds, holdings, resequencing of your MCDU on the Fenix Airbus 320 family. If you have any questions or doubts, please feel free to leave them in the comments. For now, we're gonna come and just leave the airplane here hanging for no reason. I'd like to thank you for watching JGGPilot. See you next time.